All right, here we go. We are kicking off the first game of conference play in the Ivy League season. Dartmouth and Columbia are facing off. We are kicking off the first game. Columbia will receive the opening kickoff.
Too bad, around the 22-yard line. Dartmouth and Columbia both starting out 1-0, so we're about to trim already down to 3 Ivy League teams to start their seasons undefeated.
That's right, every Ivy League team so far has played one game. Dartmouth and Columbia both played in week 0. Dartmouth played Ball State. They won 52-20. Columbia played San Diego State and they won 63-14. So both had pretty convincing wins in their opening tune-up games. But now the real challenge starts as we get into conference play.
Sounds like it's going to be one heck of a game.
And Columbia continues to hand the ball off to Joey Giorgi. They relied on him a lot in their last game. He ran for over 200 yards and was the player of the week for the entire NCAA.
That is impressive. That's a way of welcoming the Ivy League back into the FBS.
Yeah, way to make a statement with that one. But Dartmouth swallows the run up there, and it'll be 3rd and 9.
It's just far enough to where it's a bit of a hassle. Got to pull something tricky out of here.
We'll see if Columbia goes to the air here. Nope, they hand it off once again, continuing to pound the rock, and it'll be 4th down. 4th and 2 from the 41. This is a decision to be made here.
If there's anyone who's best equipped to do it, it's these schools. Do you rely on statistics, or do you just play the safe route? Let's find out.
Looks like they're bringing their offense back out here for another play. It'll be 4th and 2. And a quick pass, and it will be a first down.
Well, there you go. Just like that.
So
Flip their position to the other side.
Columbia continues to move the ball. They haven't faced a ton of opposition yet as they continue to eat away the yards down the field. They're now in Dartmouth territory.
See if Dartmouth can bend but don't break here. Is very important opening drive. Dictate the pace of the game. We'll see.
Another handoff to the lead back, Joey Giorgi. As he continues to pound through. That was a 6-yard gain on first down.
I know this is very early in the game, but we're starting to maybe see why he ran for over 200 yards last game.
Absolutely. The game plan is all about getting the ball to him as early and as often as possible. Quick RPO pass there, and it'll be 3rd down.
Third and manageable. Let's see what happens.
Columbia leaving Giorgi on the sideline this time. They're coming out with 5 wide receivers.
Interesting look.
And a quarterback run right up the middle.
There you go. Wow.
For Chase Goodwin, the sophomore quarterback.
It's that chess game coming out in a 5-wide set, only to draw it out. I mean, that's the beauty of football. It really, sometimes the obvious isn't so obvious.
They're sticking with 5 wide, and they're going to the air this time. A great pass over the middle. And Columbia are now down inside the 5.
Some nifty play calls we're seeing from Columbia here. They're bringing a little bag of tricks into pretty much everything they're doing, and it's working really well. First and goal from the 4.
And a quick
And the
RPO, wide
RPO, yeah.
open. Number 2, the senior Bryson Canty with the reception. And Columbia strikes first in Ivy League play.
I think this is going to be an absolute shootout in New York.
The kick is up and good. 7-0 Columbia now.
Now it's Dartmouth's turn to answer.
Let's see if Dartmouth can respond. Kickoff is
Great
up,
hit.
and it will be kneeled in the end zone for a touchback. They'll start at the 25. So we've seen a little bit about how Columbia likes to run their offense. Heavy focus on the run. Now we'll see how Dartmouth likes to do things. They come out in the shotgun formation. And they'll start with a quick
Oh,
handoff, but it's met in the backfield.
absolutely nowhere to go
Number
there
13,
at
Joshua
all.
Powell on the tackle.
And just like that, you might have to already change your game plan. Down a touchdown, facing second and longer, 2nd and 13. Let's see what happens.
A great read option. Jackson
Oh,
Proctor keeps it, and he's going to get a first down and more.
well done. And the gun once again is Dartmouth. They
And a
hand it
handoff up
off.
the
Oh,
middle, and this time there is a little bit of room for 4 yards there. DJ Cruther is the running back.
same with the run. I mean, if you're gonna run, you gotta run till your legs can't go no more. You're gonna have nope. Yeah, there
Oh,
you
good
go.
broken tackle there, but it'll be 3rd and 2. 3rd and short's always an interesting one. What do you do? Do you come out and pass? Do you try to pound it away? We'll see what Dartmouth comes out here.
You might very well have 2 downs to work with still. So let's see.
Motion, and it opens up space for Q Jones over on the right side, and he will get a first down.
So far, both teams' offenses are producing pretty well. This is still very, very early, but starting to see why both teams put up some of the most points in all of college football in week 0.
As a play action pass there goes for just 1 yard to the tight end.
Looking at 2nd and 9. Columbia's 46. Ooh,
Good run up the middle, gets him 4, and that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Columbia strikes first, but Dartmouth is knocking on the door.
7-0.
3rd down here. Continuing to run this spread look. Dartmouth will hand the ball off up the middle, and it'll be stopped 4th and
Oh,
6th. Now they're in a tough position here, kind of in no man's
right.
land.
See, it worked out for Columbia in their opening drive. Does Dartmouth follow suit, or do they play it safe?
We will see. Looks like they're bringing their punt team out here. Oh, it's a
And
fake!
oh,
And the fake is
oh
broken
no, the
up,
punt.
and Columbia will take over on downs.
It's a shame. Just wide open streak upfield. Just the punter did not have enough arm.
Well,
Shocker.
that's why he's the punter and not the quarterback.
Yeah, no, I mean if he could kick that football, I mean that may have been a touchdown.
Columbia starts with a handoff to Joey Georgie, and he gets a good gain and a first down. He's up to 38 yards already this game.
Not very long a carry either. Averaging more than 6 yards a carry, which is kind of incredible.
They hand it
And
to him again. They continue
got
to
to average
pound the
more
rock.
after this. Yep.
They handed it to him 31 times a week ago. Let's see if they continue down that path this week.
JT who? Joey Georgie making his case right now. My God.
First down now on the edge of the red zone. And a great read option there.
The
Chase
end almost had him
Goodwin
make it happen.
almost has enough for a first down. It'll be second and short.
These spread offenses are tricky. I mean, you can see both Dartmouth and Columbia running these to death, and it's just hard to tell. Pistol, shotgun, especially when you put RPOs into play. Although that one was snuffed out. Very good.
Good defense from Dartmouth. It'll be third down.
And a long one.
We'll see here if Dartmouth can get another stop here. And as they come out, they continue to with the spread formation. It's another RPO, and this one will be completed, but there's a flag on the play.
See what happens. And oh no, Dartmouth. Oh, you can't do that. Roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer. It would have been a first down regardless, but the roughing the passer takes Columbia down to the 5-yard line. First down. Goal to go.
On the door.
And a handoff to Georgie, and
And
he's going to run it right in.
Touchdown Lions.
And just like that, Columbia very quickly taking a 2-score lead here in the second quarter.
They are setting the pace, and the pace is very aggressive right now.
Very aggressive.
It's still early.
Pounding the rock. We've seen. Now Dartmouth has their backs up against the wall. They've got to respond. This Columbia offense doesn't seem like they can be stopped.
Well, still in the first half. This is a drive where you feel like you really have to put points on the board.
I agree. This is one where the game can be won or lost here. We'll see how Dartmouth comes out and responds if they stick to their game plan. Looks like we're seeing a little bit of wildcat here.
Man.
DJ Cruther in the backfield to take the snap. Q Jones in motion. And it's a double pass, reverse,
we got some
and
trick.
snuffed out in the backfield. Good defense by Columbia.
Pressure got to him just in time. He did appear open. If he had another half second just to launch that ball, we might be saying a lot of different things here.
Read option here. Worked well for him on the last drive, and it'll be another first down for Jackson Proctor.
Options showing very good returns for both teams here. The option is alive and well for Dartmouth and Columbia both.
The old adage is that there's 3 things that can happen when you throw the ball, and 2 of them are bad. We've seen both of these teams take a run-first approach. As another run here by DJ Cruther will give him a first down.
Back-to-back first downs. This is very important for Dartmouth here, and I think they know that, and they're so far just pushing down the field. Back-to-back one-play first downs.
You could see Columbia's defense responding. They are putting what looked like 8 guys there in the box to try to stop this heavy run.
That is a very impressive 2 yards gained there for 8 people crowding the box, I'll tell you that. That is good scenario based off of early looks.
Tight formation, great broken tackle there by DJ Cruther, and he's got space inside the 20.
One man to beat.
Down to the 10-yard line.
Great run.
An impressive run there by DJ Cruther. And Dartmouth are now in the red zone for the first time today. An RPO pass, and it's intercepted in the end zone. It is intercepted. And Columbia bailed out on that one. Aaron Brebner, the senior safety, with the interception.
What were you saying? Three things can happen when you pass the ball. Two of them are bad. Well,
That's right. That's the worst of the two, too.
it's a shame. They were Dartmouth was driving down this football field.
Now
Hopefully they can get a stop here.
Columbia with their backs up against the
They
wall.
need one.
And a quick RPO to the
RPO.
outside. Bryson Canty with the first down.
That RPO is working very, very well for Columbia here. Around 2.5 minutes to halftime, we might see some adjustments to stop that because it has been carving the big green up. Oh.
Yeah, it's hard as a defense to make adjustments when you try to do something to stop the RPO pass and then they just hand the ball off to Joey Georgie and he runs for another first down. This Columbia offense is firing on all cylinders right here.
Very impressive. First and 10 from the 31. Draw, nope.
Play action and executed to perfection.
Oh.
Pass out to the tight end, Miller. Will be a deep, deep pass, and it'll be a first down now to the 26-yard line. Chase Goodwin now 9 for 9 passing the ball. Most of them have been quick, short RPOs, but when you lure them in with that quick game, it opens up the deep pass on the play action.
Sure does. Especially when you have a running back like Joey Georgie, who's almost running for 100 yards on just 10 attempts. It's tough. Everyone is churning on this Columbia offense right now.
He's got 87 and counting. They continue to pound the ball with him, and that's another first down. And why wouldn't you give it to Joey Georgie? He has not shown any signs of slowing down yet.
No, he is not. I don't even think he's been tackled for a loss this half.
Doesn't seem like it.
Impressive.
And
RPO.
once again, they go to the quick RPO. That one is number 85, Evans, out on the reception.
Gain of 9, perfect 10 for 10 for Goodwin.
Now inside the 10, the field gets shorter. Columbia hasn't had any problems in the red zone so far this game. Let's see what they do now.
As we get a timeout from Dartmouth, trying to maybe preserve some time, which not a bad decision if they score. They really do need a touchdown here. As a draw by
play
Goodwin.
Gets right to the 1-yard line, but not quite enough to get in. And another timeout called by Dartmouth. Trying to keep as much time on the clock so they can hopefully respond.
First and goal from the 1. We have not seen a single quarterback line under center all game. And why not?
And Joey Georgie once again powering his way into the end zone. I think this is a statement game for Columbia and Joey Georgie. They're saying we've come to play this season.
Absolutely. This is the opener of the Ivy League, and this is where tones will be set. Paces will be dictated, and Columbia is the one doing that right now. Rather aggressively at that.
21-0 now. Dartmouth, their hopes are quickly fading. Let's see how they respond on this drive. They got a minute left before the half. Do they try to just run it out and get to the locker room, or do they go deep and try to get points on the board? Try to give them something to give them a little bit of hope.
Hard to say. See how these early plays go, as great defense there by Columbia.
Yeah,
maybe run 2 or 3 plays, see what happens, and go from there.
As good as Columbia's offense has been, their defense has locked down when they've needed to.
That is very true. This is a Dartmouth team that put up serious points in week 0. So this is a very impressive feat here.
And a tightly contested ball is caught, but it's only a gain of 3. Timeout Dartmouth, 50 seconds to go in the half. 3rd down and 7 coming up here.
With that timeout, now you really have to play aggressive because Columbia still has all their timeouts. Dartmouth still aggressively in their own territory. If they can't make something happen here,
It's a good ball, but it'll be out of bounds. 4th and 1. Let's see what they
this
do
is,
here. Do they play it safe?
I'll tell you right now, I would punt this ball away, play it safe. Although, I mean, at the same time, 3 timeouts for Columbia. This is a surprisingly tough decision, but if you go for it and you fail here, I mean, got a field goal practically on lock, and they are going to punt this ball.
And this time the punter does come out and does kick it away. Joey Georgie back to return it. Not the guy you want to see back there, but he's swallowed up quickly.
Good time to stop him as any here. Does Columbia just run the clock out? They've certainly earned the right in this first half, but does not appear like that's going to happen. Spread look once again.
They come out to pass here. Chase Goodwin throwing a quick drag, and it'll get out of bounds, a 6-yard gain. But I think that really says what Columbia are out here to do. They're not going to take this to the half. They're looking to extend their lead.
Bell to bell.
And they'll hand it off once again to Joey Georgie and a big run. And he's over 100 yards in the first half.
Timeout Columbia. Joey Georgie, have yourself a half. If anyone thought that pace couldn't be kept up, well, he is looking like he is going to repeat the exact same stat line from week 0. He's already at 110 yards, 2 touchdowns, and we still have a drive left.
And I can tell you every single defensive coordinator in the Ivy League is furiously taking notes trying to figure out what they can do to stop this prolific rushing attack from Columbia. But as soon as you commit guys to the run, they'll come out and hit you with a pass, and that's another play to get them inside the 30. Now they're inside field goal range. And a quick pass and a broken tackle, and that'll be 2nd and 4. 21-yard line. There's only 12 seconds left here. They're
Not
hurrying
enough
up to
time
the
for
line.
one more.
Let's see what Columbia does here. Quick pass out to Georgie, and Georgie's got space, and Georgie's in.
My.
If you thought his rushing attack was all that he could do, he's showing here that he is multifaceted with a receiving touchdown. Chase Goodwin still has yet to throw an incompletion, and this Columbia offense is looking unstoppable.
I mean, they could. It seems like, honestly, right now for Columbia, they could draw out any play they want, and they will execute it, and they will execute it well. This is one of those days you dream of as a head coach.
That's how it's gone in the first half. They've run the ball well. They've thrown the ball well. A really great game called so far by Columbia's offensive coordinator today. And Dartmouth will come out and knee it and take us to the half. So as we go to the half, let's look at the scores from around the Ivy League so far this week. Week 1, every team has played. Memphis defeated Harvard in their opening game on a disappointing ending. Ohio beat Brown, and Wake Forest beat Princeton. UConn beat Yale, but Penn and Cornell have come out and they have managed to get wins in week 1. Now the second half kicking off here. We'll see if either of these teams make any significant changes.
It's kind of hard not to, if you think about it from Dartmouth's point of view here. I don't quite know what you really should do. It seems like an overhaul is in order here. Maybe offer some different looks that you haven't ran before, and sure enough, yeah, different looks. Here we are.
For the first time today, we see a ball snapped from under center, and it looks like it's going to work pretty well on this one. DJ Crowther with a big run.
Very impressive run. Strong set formation out of Dartmouth, and it clearly beneficial, at least the start of the second half, as we see it once again.
So maybe Dartmouth have figured out some changes they can make and hope they can get back into this game. There's a pass here as Proctor drops back, and he's just going to throw this to nobody over the middle. It'll be 2nd and 10 here.
Nobody open, extended the play, rolled out right. I mean, that's pretty much all you can ask for. Granted, no completion, but protecting the ball because you need to put some points on this board.
That's right. They've had success moving the ball down the field so far this game. But, oh, there's a big run from Q Jones. And Q Jones
Hugh
shedding off
Jones!
tackles. Q Jones
Uh,
is saying, there's nothing that you can do, Joey Georgie, that I can't do better. And he's making a statement coming out here with a 53-yard run.
53 yards or 53 broken tackles. That was an incredible run by Q Jones. If the extra point is good. And we got a game.
Dartmouth are showing that whatever their adjustments and their team talks were at the half seem to be working. Let's see how they'll do on defense, trying to stop this prolific offense from Columbia here.
As the unfortunate thing with Dartmouth, as impressive of a drive as that was, now you got to play the other aspect of football here. You don't have the luxury of dictating the pace right now. You got to catch up. I mean, you're still down 3 scores. I mean, a lot of football left, but what good scoring if you can't stop them? So,
and defense now is needed for them as they come out. And a play action from Columbia right off the bat. A deep ball. Oh, and the interception is dropped.
That's a ball. Wow.
And
That is a ball. You should have
senior
had. Was that
safety Carson Franks. And that's one he's going to be thinking about tonight later.
Massively overthrown. That was right in and out of his hands.
And really, that was the first time we've seen any facet of Columbia's offense have a negative play.
Really, I mean, this might be the first third down Columbia's had in about 2 drives now.
It's definitely the first 3rd and long that I think we've seen from them. How will they attack it here?
3rd and 9.
Dropping back to throw, and it's picked off.
Yeah.
It's picked off.
Just what the big green needed.
And Carson Franks, he avenges his mistake from earlier. He gets one back. That'll help him sleep a little bit better tonight. So Dartmouth coming out and firing here. The momentum seems to have shifted in the second half. Let's see how they can respond on this drive.
Again, coming out in that strong set. Gain of a hard-earned 2 yards from Crowder there.
2nd and 8. Dartmouth are sticking with this look. Columbia are stacking the box and keeping it in front of them. 3rd and 6 now after a 2-yard run.
2 yards, back-to-back runs here. Change it up a little bit. Try to air it deep, and oh my.
Here we go again. Dartmouth coming out in the Wildcat. DJ Crowther taking the snap, and he's going to run straight forward. Powering through, but he's not able to get it. It'll be 4th down. What do you do here?
I gotta go for this. I mean, you got a quarter and a half of football left, and that is exactly what Dartmouth is going to do here. You need points, and you need them right now, and they run. Oh.
Unbelievable stop there. Number 16, Anthony Russos, one of the leaders on this defense, comes up with a huge play, tackles him in the backfield, and now maybe the momentum is swinging back Columbia's way. Let's see how they respond on this drive. Hand off to Georgie, and another great run. Just about had enough for the 1st down, but he'll be marked a few inches short.
Georgie is... if I'm Columbia right now, you're up 3 touchdowns. I don't see why you don't just have your workhorse just run this game to an end here. I mean, they got to prove they can stop him.
And they go back to the RPO. Bryson Canty now, and he's into Dartmouth territory. And Columbia really haven't expanded their playbook too much today. They've only run a couple of looks, a couple of concepts, but they've executed them really well. And they
They have.
continue to put this Dartmouth defense in all kinds of distress. How do you stop the run and the quick pass and the deep play action pass? Another handoff.
It's rough. And Georgie once again.
He's got now 126 yards so far today. He's got 3 rushing touchdowns today. That matches his total from a week ago.
2nd and 3 now. Georgie once again.
No, that wasn't
That was-
Joey Georgie. That was the backup, Jake Langdon,
Oh
coming
my
out.
goodness.
The understudy getting a touch, and you
Hey,
see what
why not?
happens. You see what happens when they take out Georgie. It didn't quite work as well. And now we're
Yeah,
coming out
that's
in a heavy set. It's Malcolm Terry, the second back there, and a
inches
QB
in.
sneak.
Well done. Yeah, it's so hard on 3rd and inches, especially with these bigger quarterbacks as well. I mean, 3rd and inches, I don't see why not just sneak it, let the big guy fall down. It's almost a guaranteed yard at minimum. And
A fumble. Joey Georgie, with his first mistake of the day, coughs up the football. And Dartmouth are quick to get on it. And just like that, we have a totally different look in this game.
Dartmouth's defense is. I mean, the adjustments that were clearly made at halftime are proving to have early dividends here, and they needed it, as that is a 1st down run.
Good run
By
there
Crowther.
from DJ Crowther. Picks up another 1st down.
I mean, this game has been, well, call me crazy yet, deceptively close, except for on the defensive end with Dartmouth here. But now that Dartmouth is starting to pick up some slack on the defensive side, I think the offense is starting to get a little inspired.
Dartmouth just has to remember to protect the ball here. They haven't had much trouble moving the ball down the field today, but when they've gotten down closer to the end zone, they have turned the ball over twice. That's a powerful run by Q Jones once again.
Knocked a man over. It's a very angry run from Q Jones.
2nd down and another handoff up the middle. So Columbia, they have 2 different strategies we're seeing here. Columbia have one guy they keep feeding, and Dartmouth are coming out with the 1-2 punch. DJ Crowther and a quick hurry up there, and what looked like offsides. Dartmouth hurrying up to the ball. We haven't seen tempo yet today, but it catches Columbia off guard there.
It's exactly what it's designed to do. Now you get a free 5 yards and can reset and pick up nice one.
Not much there for DJ Crowther, but they continue to pound the rock up the middle.
I granted, Dartmouth's run has been good, quite good this game. I just don't know if it's too late to try to get this run going down 3 late 3rd quarter.
They fake the end around and hand it off to Crowther. He got met quickly, but managed to fall forward for 3, and it'll be 3rd and 1. Hurrying up to the line, and he drops back to pass it, and wide open, number 10 Garachi, and Alex Garachi with the touchdown. And Dartmouth showing some different looks, showing some signs of life here on offense. It's only a 2-score game now.
It's a very impressive drive by Dartmouth there. Started to get Columbia a little uncomfortable with that hurry up offense. Haven't seen a lick of tempo pretty much the entire 1st half. And lo and behold, change up some looks, change up the pace. They caught Columbia completely off guard.
So Columbia went into the half with a 28-0 lead, but Dartmouth has come out and scored 2 touchdowns here in the 3rd quarter, and they've made this game closer again.
Now I feel like if I am Columbia here, you gotta take a breather. You're still up 2 touchdowns here. You you can't change what's gotten you this far, as they do not. Georgie, bet she's going to hold on to the ball with his life as he runs for a solid 8 yards.
That's his 18th carry of the day. He's going to take a breather on this when they're coming out in 5 wide on 2nd and 2. We've seen the QB sneak from this 5 wide look already, but they won't get the play off before the end of the 3rd quarter, so that'll take us to the 4th. Columbia is up 28-14 here.
Time to see what sideline Mr. Momentum's going to side himself with in these final 8 minutes. This is a close game. And if Dartmouth gets a stop here, which they do, this is a very important 3rd down.
Well, the Dartmouth defense that we saw in the first half is not the same defense that we've seen here in the second half. They have keyed in much stronger on the run and have managed to get a couple of big plays, and now Columbia is facing another 3rd down. Let's see how Dartmouth will attack this play. And it's an RPO, and Bryson Canty up the middle manages to find space and a 1st down for Columbia. This offense continues to move up the field.
These RPOs, I mean, they are really, really difficult to stop, especially when you can't really harshly commit to the run side. Their passing game, Columbia's passing game, has been very, very good early and late.
Columbia continues to churn on offense. Joey Georgie's now up over 150 yards today as he continues to just carry this Columbia offense.
Yeah, you try to stop the pass, they hand the ball to Georgie. You try to stop Georgie by getting those run blitzes in, and then they hit you with these lethal RPOs. It's really difficult to stop.
And a handoff there to Georgie, and another 1st down. Should be expected at this point. Every time he touches the ball that something big's going to happen. And we see another 1st down for Joey Georgie.
Someone just tell Georgie good job. I mean, he is playing his heart out. He is no small part the reason why Columbia has this 2-touchdown lead, and he is so far possibly an early Heisman contender out of Columbia.
And we see once again another handoff to Jake Langdon. They let Georgie sit out for a play after getting back-to-back big runs. And again, there's a clear difference in this offense when Georgie's in there and when he's not.
Yeah, this is if you're Dartmouth, you just gotta try to do your best. I mean, they're making the most of it when Georgie is not on this field, but it looks like, as you can see, he is back out there. And let's see, sure enough, he gets that football. Wow.
It's a good stop there from Dartmouth. That was number 44, Micah Green, the senior linebacker, making the stop on that play.
A very rare 2-yard gain out of Georgie. They have not been able to stop him practically the entire game. This is very much needed as we're down to the final 4.5 minutes.
Columbia come out with five wideouts, but Joey Georgie's out there on the left. Watch out. They may throw it to him this time. And a pass over the middle falls incomplete.
Just flat out missed him.
One of the few times we've seen Goodwin be inaccurate today, but he just couldn't find his guy. They'll have to settle for a field goal, but this will put them up 3 scores here in the 4th quarter. Kick is up, and it's no good. It's no good.
Right.
Hugo Mary missed the first field goal attempt of the day.
That is a big miss. Now Dartmouth has a chance to really knock on the door here.
4 minutes left. You got to be conscious of the time, but Dartmouth do have a good chance here. As they drop back to pass on 1st down. And ooh, a
Oh,
tipped pass that was nearly picked off there by Columbia. That was number 7, the linebacker Rocco Milia.
you gotta be aggressive here, but you gotta be careful too, because you can very easily throw away this game, quite literally.
And
Ooh,
swatted away.
3rd and 10. I think they tried a screen there, but it got blown up quick. Very well done by Columbia.
Yeah, the headlines after today's game will be focused on Columbia's offense for sure, but Columbia's defense has been there when it counted. That's a pass and another broken up pass. That was number 4, Aaron Brebner. He had the important interception on the goal line earlier in this game, and he makes another big play there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about the defense coming through when it mattered. This is the most important drive of this game, and they need one more stop right now. And
Jackson
let's see.
Proctor with 5 receivers out there. And Jackson Proctor stepping back, buying time, throws it deep
Receives it.
to the tight end, and Anthony Russo's comes up with the interception. And Columbia making another huge stop on defense, and that might be enough to seal the game.
I gotta agree. I mean, they maybe have Dartmouth maybe has one more chance to stop them, but based on what we've seen, that might be easier said than done.
And it's going to be tough to stop that guy, Joey Giorgi, on his 23rd carry. He's now up to 181 rushing yards.
Something tells me he might make it to 30 again, because I don't see why you don't just hand him this ball and have him kill this game off.
Columbia coming out with a different look here. Got another running back to the side of Chase. Let's see how he handles this one. And
Letting that clock wind.
hand off to Giorgi, but Dartmouth with a good stop there. Clock continues to run though.
Sure is. I mean, you gotta depend on. You gotta think. You gotta think whether or not to start using those timeouts. It's hard because especially with college, after that 2-minute warning, it brings a little bit more strategy to whether or not you want to use those timeouts. But if I am the coach of Dartmouth right now, I might start truly thinking about using them right now.
A lot to think about as the clock continues to wind down. 2nd and 11, and Dartmouth does take a timeout there. Didn't like the look that they saw. Want to make sure they've got enough guys to stop Joey Giorgi. That's their priority here.
Sure is. 2nd and 11.
And
From
Giorgi
44.
getting the handoff, and he will get 7 yards there. Make it 3rd and 4 as the clock
I don't
continues to
know.
wind down.
I don't think we're going to see a snap before that 2-minute warning. Columbia's pace, and they are taking their sweet time. Let's see. Will they snap it? Doesn't look like it.
And a timeout called by Dartmouth. They want to get that one play in and utilize that 2-minute timeout.
Yeah, you got 2 timeouts left if you're Dartmouth. You got 3rd and 4. This is, I mean, you gotta stop them at this point. This is just far enough to where might be the teetering the edge of no man's land. And there's that option.
An option and a great stop there by Dartmouth. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. And now, Columbia attempt another field goal. It's 4th down and 8 from the 40-yard line. This would be about a 56 or 57 yarder. They missed a shorter one earlier, so you wouldn't expect them to come out. They're going to come out with their offense, it looks like.
Wow.
And they go 5 wide.
I don't know. I don't know about this one, but they could make me eat my words here. They might just be trying to draw him off sides.
To put the game away, potentially. Snap.
Oh, wow, they
Chase
snap
Goodwin.
it.
Throw over the middle is caught. Bryson Canny catches another one, and he is going to get down inside the 20, and that will probably put the game away. A clutch
That,
moment there from Columbia,
ooh,
going forward on 4th and long to put the game away.
color me shocked. I mean, that is a very, very that is very much a statement made by Columbia. I mean, that is, whew. But I mean, based on how this game has went for them, as they slowly but surely ease into 2-0 here, I mean, they've pretty much were able to do most, if not all, of what they've wanted this game. This is a very impressive offensive showing from Columbia here.
Yeah, they came out and jumped up to that 4 touchdown lead early. They've slowed down a little bit in the second half, but they have never looked like they were going to lose this one. Joey Giorgi with another handoff.
Is this is the man of the hour, Mr. Joey Giorgi. I mean, as you look at this, if you're the other teams, if you're Brown, Penn, Harvard, Yale, you're watching this man Giorgi, and you got to start writing some schemes up for this man, because he has his first two games just fed off of defenses here, and it is kind of incredible to watch.
Chase Goodwin kneels the ball down, and that will be the end of the game here in New York. Columbia finishes 28, Dartmouth 14. Joey Giorgi with over 180 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. It's his second consecutive 3 touchdown game, and he is putting the league on watch.
Isn't it incredible when you look at those stats and you see that he actually had a worse game than last week? Like, how is that possible? When you look at those stats, unbelievable.
It's hard to believe, but we will have to see as the weeks continue if anybody is able to stop Joey Giorgi. He wasn't stopped last week, and he certainly wasn't stopped this week. So Dartmouth will end the day as the lone team in first place in the Ivy League. They have the one conference win. They move to 2-0. The other teams without a loss yet, Cornell won today, and Penn shut out Western Michigan in Kalamazoo. Joey
That's
Giorgi,
impressive.
188 yards, two
Ooh.
touchdowns on the ground, 1 touchdown through the air. And that right there puts the league on watch.
Talk about welcome back Ivy League football. What a game.
Chase Goodwin finishes the game 17 for 20. Incredibly efficient at moving the ball down the field, commanding that offense. Not a lot of deep passes, but when he needed to, he was able to take shots downfield, keep the defense honest, and that opened up
Absolutely.
space underneath for his running game.
Deceptively big game for Bryson Canty.
That's right, 10 receptions for Bryson Canny, 130 yards. He did get a touchdown, but the biggest stat is that yards after catch. He had 92 yards after reception. All those quick RPOs, getting to the outside, spreading the defense out. Dartmouth was unable to focus solely on the run. That quick game, that RPO, those deep passes. Incredible offensive game plan from Columbia today. And like we've said a couple of times, every defensive coordinator now in the Ivy League is going to be watching this one and scratching their head trying to figure out what they can do to stop it.
Oh, I think they really should, though. I mean, as contrary to what we've seen in the first half goes, you might want to take some notes with how Dartmouth was able to hush Columbia in that second half. I mean, they gave themselves as much of a chance as they could have after that first half, and they played very well. It's just that that lead that Columbia established after that first half was just too much.
Yeah, that's a good point. That Columbia's adjustments in the second half, they kept Dartmouth from, excuse me, Dartmouth's adjustments in the second half kept Columbia out of the end zone for the entirety of the second half. But that lead that they managed to amass coming out of the gate was enough to get them over the edge, and that'll be something that teams have to look at, teams have to focus on in the future. How do you stop Columbia from hitting the ground running? How do you stop Joey Georgie from running the ball right into your teeth?
Ooh. In case you missed it, everyone, final score Columbia 28, Dartmouth 14. Bit of a slower game. These two comparatively to what these two played in week 1, as both I believe dropped over 50 points in week 0. Not as much of the shootout as we thought, but it was definitely a good game nonetheless.
That's right, it was a good game, and most importantly, it is a great welcome to have Ivy League football back here, back in the top division in FBS football, and Columbia today making a big statement saying we've come to play. We've come to play in the Ivy League, and last week they made a big statement saying we've come to play in college football. We're here to make a splash, and Joey Georgie will be getting looks from the guys in New York, not just the guys in Columbia, but the guys with the Heisman. He may be the first name on the watch list come next week.
I don't see why not. I mean, this was. I really can't stress this enough how good of a game that he had, and he still had, compared to that first week, a down game. I mean, if he keeps putting up stats like he has, averaging these first 2 weeks, I mean, this might be one of the biggest locks for a Heisman we have ever seen.
You know, we talk about Ashton Jeanty a lot in college football. He's been so dominant, but Joey Georgie could be a guy that could make a big splash in the Ivy League this year, could be breaking all sorts of records. He's now averaging right around 200 yards a game. If he keeps that pace up, he will certainly smash the Ivy League record for rushing yards. Ed Mariano is the holder for that back from 1971, and he finished second in Heisman voting.
Yeah, that's. Ooh. I very much look forward to watching the future of Georgie here as he plays through this last season, because I think he is going to make a very, very legitimate case for breaking that record.
He certainly could. He's got almost 200 yards a game at this point, and he's fun to watch for us as neutrals, but I don't know about you, but as I think about facing that rushing attack coming up, I'm not looking forward to seeing it from that perspective.
Oh, me neither. Oh, I gave up 38 points to the Ohio Bobcats. I am terrified of having to face this man right now. I cannot lie to you. Um, oh, yeah, that's gonna be fun. I can only pray that that I have a lot of time to prep for this man.
Yeah, with Harvard, we did okay in the run defense category against Memphis, but they still hit us for a couple of big runs late in the game and put it away. So that will conclude week 1 in the Ivy League. Reminder of the scores from across the league. Cornell, Penn, and Columbia, the 3 teams who are still undefeated, and Columbia in first place in Ivy League competition. Thank you for joining us for the stream. Appreciate everybody watching. We will see you next week.
See you next week.